Women's entire goal in a relationship is to emasculate you and control you entirely. She will never love you. Now, welcome for lunch. Now, I'm going to have a genuine conversation with you men, and I'm going to be so specific so that we can use the facts. Okay, let's use the facts so that we can also stop programming ourselves in a specific way, because we are being influenced by women. Now, for a lady, her pattern has been confirmed in the past that when she acts this way, you will be too nice to her. When she wants something, you will deliver. And now that you are continuously delivering to her own understanding, that is the definition of love. Again, it's not the definition of love because she will reciprocate. She will commit. It shows that you have to do that in return. So your existence as a man isn't enough unless you provide, unless you do a certain thing, and that is her pattern in her mind. Okay, but now here's the weird thing: that doesn't equal to her reciprocating or at least getting satisfied. She will always find a problem that will exist in you. Why? You know, when you are providing Isaac, obviously you are coming up with a specific pattern in the past. Okay, years ago, men used to go hunt, to go gather, and then when they come back home, they will come back to their wives. Okay, but the wife could give birth and she could take care of the home, maybe the cause and all that. Right? So the wife knew the husband is her responsibility, and then the house chores is her responsibility, and then children are her responsibility. So at least there is a balance, and she's not entirely relying on you. Again, she's not entirely relying on you, but she is also giving something in return. And then at the same time, the man wasn't consistently available. So it was hard for the lady to pay attention to the man, then find a problem with that man. Now that she is evolving in a specific way and there is money, women can work and men cannot go hard and provide. Okay? So even when you have the money, women also have the money. So when you are available consistently, even when you provide, and she can't find a way to get a meaning in her life, then you become the meaning. Not that she really cares, but she is consistently looking for what is not there. Again, she is entirely looking for what is not there. And this is what will breed conflict, because when you are consistently paying attention to what is not there, you will never be satisfied. Even when a man tries hard to provide, do everything in that relationship, you will always find a reason to start chaos, to start drama, to emasculate a man so that he can feel less valuable. When he feels less valuable, he will provide more, because that will result to her seeing value in you. And now she is continuously communicating a specific perception of your existence. I don't need to tell you. I just need to act in a specific way when you provide. And again, I don't need to tell you when I need something. Are you getting my point? I don't need to tell you. I just need to act in a specific way that will deliver you know that actually I need to do a specific thing. So you will feel the energy from me, the way I act, the vibe, the nuance. And at this very moment, I am consistently killing your perception of your value. Like I have to indirectly remove a specific perception in your subconscious reality that your existence isn't valued on who you are, is a oneself, but it is being valued by what you provide outwardly. So that is a program. So when a man consistently provides, later on you will realize that the how much I give out, the how much I provide, the how much I try to give out in this relationship, it's never enough. Why? Why is that? No, I love my food. This is the one fact. The problem is not the man. The problem is her conditioning, not even her. It is her conditioning, and he needs to be aware of that. But she can't be aware of that because she relies on that reality, on that subconscious mind when she is defining what is reality on her own definition on that and how she sees the world. Which will now influence you, like the way she acts, the energy you will get from her. You can tell, you can feel, okay? And she can indirectly sway you and communicate to you that something is missing in this relationship. Here's the one thing. Now that you feel like you're not good enough in that relationship, when you are around this lady, you will feel like you need to provide much more for her to see your value and for you to also feel comfortable when you are around her. And now that you have that perception, every time you will want some sexual desires from this lady, you will end up feeling like you are less of a man. So you can't make a move sexually and you can't get satisfied sexually because you haven't fulfilled a specific what? A specific thing that maybe she needed, or you can feel like it's what she needs. But that does not mean that now your value after providing and fulfilling externally in the assets, it doesn't mean that she will get satisfied. Why? When she is consistently looking for something that is not around, even when you provide something else, okay, even when you provide and deliver what she needs, at this very moment, Isaac, she won't see your value. Why? How she sees reality is not how you want her to see reality. How she defines reality is not in a lens of, now I am satisfied that he has provided. Okay? It is in a lens of, finally, I have gotten what I wanted. Now I need more. Okay? But she won't tell you verbally. She might even end up telling you, we are not growing. We are always stagnant. But the fact is, even after growing, the chaos, the drama, the conflict, it won't end. Because she is still relying on that pattern. She has to get rid of that pattern. So the more you fulfill, you are conforming and also reinforcing how she perceives reality. And how she perceives reality, it is in her subconscious mind, and she is communicating to you that for this relationship to exist, you must do what? You must provide a specific what? A specific desire, a specific need, and you must deliver for me to see your value. That is the one thing. And now slowly she is emasculating you because you will have a specific feeling about women, and you will think, as far as I provide, okay, as far as I will do a certain thing to fulfill her desire, I can get sexual desires. That's why I tell men, you have to remove the self-interest, because you will be consistently providing in that relationship, in that marriage, expecting the sexual desires and expecting more fulfillment from that lady. This is when there is more conflict and she is in control of you. But you think she's not in control because every time you provide, there is some illusion of happiness. When you give me a gift, or you buy something in the house, or you gift me even when we are dating, and then I feel excited because of the dopamine hormone, I will end up maybe getting intimate with you sexually because of the dopamine. Okay, it is because of the dopamine, and it isn't entirely how I feel. And the dopamine is the influence why I want to get intimate with you, but it's not on a pure desire that has no motive. And now that you get that in return, it also trains you to behave and act in a specific way. But now, even when it is the dopamine, she is also having a specific pattern in her mind that he must do this. The mind is always looking for something better, because her mind thinks that when you will fulfill a specific desire, a bigger one, eventually she will commit. No, it will be more dopamine. That is just a fact. Now she is emasculating you and destroying your one self, and your one self is who you are without doing a specific thing, providing and gifting her and providing in that marriage. Again, your value alone is a man, and your existence is a male. You as a man, you are valuable enough without the providing. Why? Knowing this allows you not to operate on a woman's pattern of, she is happier because I did this for her, so I must continuously fulfill her desires because in return I will get happiness. No, you are killing and destroying your nature self, and this is when you are trapping yourself in a psychological what? In a psychological world by her influence. And she has already trapped herself in a psychological world, thinking that having these assets will give me or will fulfill the one self that exists in me. Let me tell you something. If women could just do what pleases the nature, like if they will just do something good for the man, if they will just commit to the man, not in the essence of committing, but in the essence of I'm doing this to experience how the life goes on, okay? And I also need to experience the feelings that are present when I commit, when I am respectful, when I do a certain thing, because that will equal to more peace in that relationship, because she is not in a conflict with that specific pattern. And when she knows that, and when she does that, she needs to do it with no interest. Again, it doesn't mean that a man shouldn't provide. Okay, again, it doesn't mean that a man shouldn't provide in the marriage, but when she does this without the self-interest of I must get this in return, it brings a peaceful feeling and conscience in that relationship. And the relationship will be more peaceful, and she won't be in a conflict, and she will be a free woman because she is doing it with love, out of heart, compassionate. She's putting herself in a moment of not getting attached to what you must provide. Again, she is putting herself in a space of not getting attached to what a man provides. Rather, doing this, it's just part of evolving, learning, creating a more fulfilling life. But no woman will do that. Why? Because I am sexually attractive and I look in a certain way. I can try to do what? Trade who I am physically. And in return, I'm going to get what I think it's what is valuable to me. And in this moment, that one lady will think that her physical attractiveness, it is what defines a relationship. But it's merely outwardly. It doesn't matter how attractive you are outwardly. And it's not a real definition of reality, but it is on a narrow lens of what reality is. And this brings in more conflict. And she might think that you are not good enough for her, or you are not delivering what you need to deliver. And at this very moment, she will blame you. She will think you are the reason why I feel this way. But it is the conflict in her mind because of her psychological what? Mental state. This is a world that she can never get out of until she accepts that it's all her fault. It doesn't matter. I don't care, Isaac. It doesn't matter if you are not providing. Again, it doesn't matter if you are not providing. She needs to be free first. And being free, it will allow her to attract the good men who can also see that value in her. But without that energy in her existence, she can't attract a frequency that she admires. Rather, she attracts a frequency that that guy is also operating on. For example, when she is consistently relying on the outside world and reacting to the outside world, and she wants you to fulfill a specific thing in return to satisfy you sexually, or in return to give peace to that relationship, and then it is a frequency of that is something I will get in this relationship when I act in a specific way. This is also your frequency, Isaac, and you are not aware of that. When you provide in that relationship, in that marriage, in that intimate relationship with that lady, you have a perception that doing this, I will get something in return. Maybe peace, maybe understanding. Okay? And maybe sexual intimacy. That is your frequency. You will also get something in return. So her frequency and your frequency, it is the same. And until you learn and realize that, you have to stop providing and operate on a specific frequency that has to set you free. Again, it has to set you free psychologically, not on the physical world, not on the emotional world, but on the mental world, on a psychological society. Your providing doesn't equal to anyone respecting you. It doesn't equal to any lady committing to you. It doesn't equal to everyone seeing your value. It equals to putting yourself in a psychological society that causes more mental what? Mental depression. And that is a fact. That is the one thing I wanted men to know. It is a fact, and you must be aware of that. And no one will ever tell you that. I know you will say women are evil, they are never satisfied. Okay? She doesn't know. All she knows, she's right. All she knows, you are not growing. All she knows, you are stagnant. That is all she knows. She's not aware how that is impacting you psychologically. All she knows is when she does this, you reciprocate with fulfilling a specific materialistic asset. And she thinks that equals to happiness. And she thinks she will be satisfied. And if she will be satisfied, has there ever been peace in that relationship? Now that you have been delivering what she has been indirectly expecting from you? Has there been peace? Like, it's just a mental perception of reality that causes depression to men. And when you accept how reality works out for you, and when you accept how the world works out, because on the universe, when you consistently expect something, it cannot be delivered to you, but the one who delivers it to you, they will have also a negative experience. You will have a negative experience, but because of the sexual intimacy in a short period of time and the peace being available in a short period of time, you will think that at least there is a feedback that is worth it. Like, the sacrifice was worth it, now there is peace, but it's going to be available for only a shorter period of time, and then the drama, the chaos starts again, and you will think, right? And at this very moment, there is nothing you can do, unless, like the one lady who said that there will be no species if you have a relationship with no self-interest. This is on a mental world. It's how you are programming yourself. When you remove that idea and you get rid of that idea in your mind, you will be free. And when you are free and you are not expecting something in return mentally, it's easier for you to operate on an influence of experience and not on an influence of expectation. When it is on an influence of expectation, there is problem to the mind. When there is problem to the mind, there is a high chance of you are going to be affected by depression or a mental state that will affect you. Because of the what? Because of the expectation. You will always want to solve that problem, and that is a fact. And you have to be aware of that. This is a new year. What is new about this year? Thank you for Happy New Year's messages. But what is new about this year? Is it the same pattern? The same habit, the same expectations, the same belief that when you do this, you will get this in return? Is it the same action, the same way you have been acting, you have been conditioning yourself, and you are enslaving yourself in a psychological society? Is it the same way of approaching women because you expect them to give you something in return, which is the intimacy? Is it the same language you have been using when around women? Is it the same entertaining women? Is it the same flirting with women? Is it the same entertaining the bullshits from women? What is new about this year? What is new? Nothing is new. The same habit, the same behavior, the same way. You are not learning. You have to set yourself free mentally and accept the what is, and now you start doing things and learn from experience without using your past as a way of selecting women, but let your past be a knowledge. Again, let your past be knowledge to enlighten you and not be a condition.